front tonight, the breaking news, a CNN exclusive tonight out front. K-File has unearthed photos of Jeffrey Epstein that we've never seen, and they shed new light on his relationship with President Trump. The revelations come as Trump is under fire from his own base for his Justice Department's handling of the so-called Epstein files.
The name Jeffrey Epstein still sends shockwaves through the corridors of power, and now explosive court documents are set to reveal which high-profile figures were closest to the convicted sex trafficker. With Donald Trump's name confirmed to appear in the files, the question is if these long-buried secrets finally expose the truth about Trump's ties to Epstein. So, let's find out. As new details continue to emerge about Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender who died in jail in 2019, questions about his past associations remain in the spotlight, particularly his long-standing ties to former U.S. President Donald Trump. The Epstein case, which involves serious allegations of sex trafficking and abuse of underage girls, has drawn renewed scrutiny as media investigations uncover more about the relationships Epstein cultivated with powerful figures, including Trump. The former president and his allies have sought to distance him from Epstein, but their documented history raises unavoidable questions.
I defended Nelson Mandela, I defended Ted Kennedy, I defended President Trump. I've defended some of the finest people in the world and some of the worst people in the world, like Sir Thomas More in the play A Man for All Seasons. I would defend the devil in order to keep the law from being abolished. That's the job I do. John Adams defended the Boston Massacre defendants, and I'm proud to defend the most controversial, the most unpopular people, and will continue to do so in the name of the Constitution.
Trump and Epstein first crossed paths in the 1990s, moving in the same elite social circles of Manhattan and Palm Beach. Both were wealthy, well-connected men, Trump as a real estate mogul and Epstein as a hedge fund manager with a mysterious fortune. Video evidence from a 1992 party at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort shows the two together, and Epstein later attended Trump's 1993 wedding to Marla Maples. Flight logs reveal that Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet at least 7 times between 1993 and 1997, though none of those trips included visits to Epstein's now infamous private island in the Caribbean. Publicly, Trump once spoke favorably of Epstein. In a 2002 New York Magazine profile, he described Epstein as a terrific guy who was a lot of fun to be with, adding, "It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." A more controversial moment came in 2003 when Epstein received a leather-bound book of letters from friends for his 50th birthday. According to a recent Wall Street Journal report, Trump's contribution included a sketch of a naked woman and suggestive text hinting at a shared secret. Trump has denied writing the letter and is suing the newspaper for libel. At some point in the mid-2000s, their friendship soured. Trump has claimed the rift began because Epstein took people that worked for me at Mar-a-Lago. Other reports suggest different reasons, including a 2004 Palm Beach mansion bidding war or an alleged 2007 incident where Epstein harassed the daughter of a Mar-a-Lago member. By 2008, Epstein was under federal investigation for sexually abusing underage girls, but he avoided severe consequences through a controversial plea deal, pleading guilty only to state charges of soliciting prostitution from a minor. Years later, as Epstein faced federal sex trafficking charges before his death in jail, Trump claimed he had not been in contact with him for over a decade. Yet their past association continues to resurface, particularly as lawsuits and investigations keep the Epstein case alive. The ongoing scrutiny underscores the importance of accountability and transparency, especially when powerful figures are involved. As more information comes to light, the public will be watching closely to see how these connections are addressed and what they reveal about the intersections of wealth, power, and justice. The Jeffrey Epstein scandal has remained a persistent issue in American politics, intersecting with key figures in Donald Trump's presidency and beyond. One of the most controversial connections was Trump's 2017 nomination of Alexander Acosta as Labor Secretary. Acosta, a former U.S. attorney, had overseen Epstein's secret 2008 plea deal, a deal that allowed Epstein to avoid federal sex trafficking charges and serve only 13 months in jail, a decision later exposed by the Miami Herald in 2018. Acosta resigned in 2019, shortly after federal prosecutors revived the case against Epstein, leading to new sex trafficking charges in July of that year. When questioned about his past praise of Epstein, Trump distanced himself, stating, "I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan." Despite Epstein's death in jail weeks later, officially ruled a suicide, the scandal continued to generate speculation and demands for transparency. During Joe Biden's presidency, prominent figures in Trump's MAGA movement pushed for further disclosures in the Epstein case, keeping the issue alive. Among them were Vice President J.D. Vance, former Trump administration official Kash Patel, and former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, who became Trump's Attorney General in 2025. In February of that year, Bondi appeared on Fox News and was asked whether the Justice Department would release Epstein's much-discussed client list. She responded, "It's sitting on my desk right now to review," adding that a truckload of previously withheld evidence was under examination. Her comments fueled anticipation among conspiracy theorists and critics who believed the list could implicate powerful individuals. However, by July, the Department of Justice announced that no additional Epstein-related files would be released, clarifying that no formal client list existed. This decision frustrated many MAGA supporters who had hoped for explosive revelations. Trump, sensing the political risks of keeping the Epstein narrative alive, urged his followers on social media and in private exchanges with reporters to drop the issue. His shift in tone suggested a strategic move to avoid further entanglement in a scandal that, despite years of speculation, had yet to yield definitive answers. The Epstein case remains a flashpoint in American discourse, symbolizing broader concerns about accountability, elite impunity, and the limits of judicial transparency. While some continue to demand answers, the repeated delays and ultimate refusal to release further documents have left many questions unresolved, ensuring that the Epstein saga will linger in the background of U.S. politics for years to come. Recent developments in the long-running Jeffrey Epstein case have brought renewed attention to the connections between the disgraced financier and former President Donald Trump, while also highlighting ongoing questions about the handling of Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. According to a July 23 report in the Wall Street Journal, Trump was briefed in May that his name appears among the many individuals mentioned in Epstein-related documents. The newspaper emphasized that this inclusion does not suggest any wrongdoing by the former president, as the files reportedly contain references to numerous high-profile figures who crossed paths with Epstein socially or professionally over the years. The disclosure comes amid other notable developments in the case. On August 2nd, federal prison officials confirmed that Maxwell, who is serving a 20-year sentence for her role in Epstein's sex trafficking operation, had been transferred to a minimum security prison camp. This move followed a meeting between Maxwell and Deputy U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche, who previously served as one of Trump's personal attorneys. While the details of their discussion have not been made public, the timing of Maxwell's transfer has drawn scrutiny, particularly given Blanche's past ties to Trump. The Epstein case has remained a source of intense public interest and speculation, with periodic revelations continuing to fuel debates about accountability and transparency. Trump's documented social relationship with Epstein, including past comments praising him as a terrific guy, has long been a subject of discussion, though there has been no evidence linking Trump to Epstein's criminal activities. Meanwhile, Maxwell's prison transfer has raised questions about whether further information regarding Epstein's network might eventually come to light. As the Justice Department maintains its position that no additional Epstein files will be released, the lingering mysteries surrounding the case ensure that it will remain a topic of public fascination and political discourse. For now, the appearance of Trump's name in the files serves as another reminder of how deeply Epstein's connections wove through elite circles, even as the full story of his crimes and their aftermath remains incomplete. For Trump, the stakes are high. Any undisclosed links to Epstein could reignite old scandals at the worst possible time. So the question is, if Trump's secrets stay buried, or is the truth about to explode into the open? Let us know in the comments what you think of the whole situation, and if you want to stay on top of this, smash that like and subscribe button.